Hey, if you're watching, thanks for being here. We are just testing the live stream out. If you were here last Sunday, you realized we had some interesting stuff going on. The stream was a real potato fest. So we're trying to see, and right now I'm looking at I'm watching our stream on the other screen here, Andy, and it's looking pretty decent and definitely way better in consideration to what we usually have. Um,
Yeah.
So that's a plus. That's a plus. We're already looking better. So we're going to just kind of hang out here for about 20, 30 minutes, guys. If you got any questions, get them in. We just want to see how it reacts as we make small modifications during this little stream here.
Danik.
Hey, what's up, Danik? What's going on, man?
Got Louis Flores in, Junkie,
Yeah.
Byron, Nate Walker.
What's
Wow,
up?
they're all coming in now.
Nice. Hey, good to see you guys. Hope you all had a fantastic day. Some of you, depending where you're at, might still be at work. What's up, Nate?
Alyssa.
Who's that?
Joey's in.
Joey. Oh man,
It's
count on the river rat sneaking in here. You know.
Yeah. It's well, we got a name wrong, didn't we? We tried spelling it every other smokes here. We tried spelling it every other way. It's Alyssa, or whatever. Alicia.
Elisa, not Alyssa.
Is it? No. I'm sure she'll put us right at some point. All the usual people here. Yeah, Jesus. Everybody jumped on quick for an impromptu 20-minute. Let's talk crap.
Yeah. Well, really, guys, there's really nothing going on here other than me and Andy have been trying working our tail feathers off for a couple hours here to try to figure out how to make the stream more legible. And
thing is in chat, Samantha Jane Tao, she's in chat. Nice work. Follow her on Instagram. She does some really nice work. And so it's nice to see her on in chat.
Samantha J?
Samantha Jane, yeah.
Samantha J.
That's if it is her Instagram, but she says she's on Instagram and she does some cool work.
Nice.
So Chris, Samantha Jane, thank you so much.
Somebody was asking there, what's a decent machine, Andy? And I think you're really digging that new machine you got there, aren't you? And it's a really good priced machine. So, apparently is a good machine according to Andy.
I've used it yesterday and today, and like I say, this is what we've just been looking at earlier on tonight. This is what it comes in, little carry case. And oh my god! And let me get it out.
That's what she said.
That with the battery, Dave. That's how. Yeah, with the battery, Dave. That's how big it is. It's 5 inches long.
Oh well, don't go bragging about that now, Andy.
Hey, don't tell my wife. You know what I mean? That is it.
Oh man, look at that battery, man. That is sweet.
By the
way, I just ordered 2 today since me and Andy were talking. Yeah. The slightly larger ones because the smaller ones weren't available. Slightly larger ones, but good price on those.
That's a 1950 milliamp hour battery. It's tiny. It's what did we say? What, Dave? An inch and a half?
Yeah, about that. I think full length on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Comes with jump start. I've used it today, pushing 15 mags all day long at 6.9 volts.
And what machine was that again? Somebody was asking.
This is an Ambition Torped. And it's direct drive, comes with a 4mm cam, and they also give you a 4.5 cam and a 5mm cam to change out at your leisure. I've changed it out to the 4.5. That is a beast. That is an absolute beast of a cam.
I think Chris was saying that on the last stream. He said, "Hey, look, as long as you guys understand that a 5mm stroke is a beast,
yeah.
You know."
And I've used that battery today, 6 hours, and there were 50% left. You know, there were 50% left in that battery after 6 hours of running it.
Dang.
And to be honest, I've got no qualms. And we were saying, I got this, including a battery, comes in the case with the cams, You get charge lead, spare cams, charge lead. You get an RCA cord and everything. And I also bought a spare battery. And what do we work it out at, Dave? Would it $160?
Yeah, $160. About the cost of 4 boxes of 15 curved mags from Quadrant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same price.
Yeah, about $160 for it. And as I say, the 4.5 just smashed its way through. Love me a big old stroke. Everyone
dude,
loves a big old stroke.
Where's my computer doing? Go away, you. What is this? Luckily, nobody can see what's going on here. But
Organic Ambition Torch. Yep, that's the one.
Anyone have the Bronc V7? It's a clone of the Spectra. I'm just passing on information as I see come through here. I paid 5 times more and I got the access in a cheap box. Me and Andy were just talking about this.
The thing is as well, Dave, we were on about
talking about this. I said only the high-end brands, minus a few. Like I remember and I don't hate the machine at all. It was the well, at best I probably not say it, but it was a really expensive machine, and it came in a cardboard box with cardboard paper underneath of it in a plastic bag. I think they were trying to be eco and green friendly, but really to me, I was like, really? For all this money, this is how it's packaged?
Yeah. It was saying, even your batteries come in a packed, a zip-up case like that, just a little one. Your spare batteries come in a little, a zip-up case like that. Every single battery. And, is it therapeutic? Already ordered a new machine and also the Torch as a backup. I tell you what, you'll like the Torch. What I will say to you is, and I said to you, didn't I, Dave? There were two tiny little niggly things.
Yeah.
One of them, for me, was when I initially got the machine, it sounded a little bit noisy.
Right.
But when I took the motor out and you hang it upside down and look at your plunger, the plunger just seemed to be slightly not quite plumb. So I just moved it slightly with my thumb, put it back in, and it were fine. And secondly, I'm like you, on the end of the plunger, there was no lubricant. It was dry. Right. So I just put a bit of A&D on it. Sweet. Off it went. And yesterday I used 4mm stroke. Swapped it out of 4.5 for today. And an absolute beast. Absolute beast.
Yeah, you thinking about going to the 5mm, or are you going to stay with 4.5, you think?
Stay with 4.5.
Right.
If I buy another machine, if I buy another one, I'll put that at the 5.
Is that what you think you'd run with the two machines, one at 4.5 and one at 5?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting because like we've talked about, I run 2 machines as well. One at 4.2, pretty close to 4.5, and then one at 3.5. So, that's
I mean,
cool.
But the 5, I will be honest, Dave. The 5, I mean, that thing there, that 4.5 will push a 14 round shader at 6.97 volts all day long.
Yeah.
So the 5 would only be for big needles, 14s, big mags and stuff like that. Or if you were heavy colour packing. But I've got no qualms. I've used it 2 days. Obviously, longevity test is to come. The second bonus is, like I said to you when I was looking for it, instead of it being a coreless motor or anything, it's a brushless motor.
Right.
So they draw less power and lifespan of motor should be, in theory, better.
Right. And somebody was asking, anyone tried a 2.5mm stroke? I personally, do. I like black and gray work on that's, but I think that's just too soft in my opinion. Yeah. Too soft. I think it's just going to, personally, now I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that do amazing things with 2.5mm stroke, but I'm not one of them. And obviously Andy's not either. I don't know. I think you're just going to be monkeying around way longer than you need to. Yeah. But I'd love to hear what other people think. Did you check out the Stigma? That's right. Thank you. You're here. See, my internet might be acting decent today. I can look that up while I'm talking to you.
Yes.
Joey Bowies asked, Dave, did you check out? I'm just trying to share this so people know what I'm doing. Doing that right now.
Unknown Slate. Hey, fellas, I've been really busy. Can I still submit? Well, unfortunately, not tonight, unknown, because we didn't even know we were going to go live. Dave's just been messing around with his internet settings, and we've been trying all sorts.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to try him out. So we just thought we'd jump on and shoot the shit, basically, with you. Critiques Sunday night. As soon as Dave's notification goes live on a Sunday night, send your work in. We'd keep work critiques, Sunday night. But tonight we're just here, just chatting crap, basically.
Yeah, we're not going to be here for too terribly long, guys. I know I got some stuff I got to do.
Tell you what, though, Dave.
Yeah.
Is it me or your actual camera quality is a lot better? Have you got grey hair?
No.
Is that grey hair coming down outside the yard?
No, not at all, Andy. Not at all. Well, we better change their settings back. I'd rather be a potato in a small box.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, bud. And it's like it sucked itself in this way and came out gray and on my chin. But wow, this I am looking at the stigma right now. Let's see. This is another one of those multi stroke adjustment machines. Has adjustable give, hard to soft. I would be interested to try it potentially, but I've never found personally any of these adjustable stroke machines that I really feel like properly adjust to the stroke that they say they are. And you might get a stroke adjustments, but I don't know. I mean, I guess it would be kind of cool maybe if you start lining, you twist it all the way out so you have like a 4.5 millimeter stroke and then pull it on back. But the type of feeling I've gotten out of them trying to use one machine to do two different things hasn't really been too good. But I will share the screen so I can show people what it is we're looking at. And again, if someone else is coming through, Andy, feel free to
that's the thing.
Answer. I just remembered
Jeremy. Yeah.
All right. Now is this the machine you're talking about there, Joey Bowie? But are you adjustable stroke, higher or cheaper one? A few different brands. Some one I think most people know about, and a few others not so much. I have another one coming my way that's also adjustable stroke machine. I already warned them that I'm not a fan of them, but I will try it out, and I hope to be surprised if it.
We've got.
This is the machine I think you're referring to. It looks cool though. I like it. It doesn't look terribly large. Stroke adjustment seems cool. Definitely a bit pricey though, $725. But I mean, everything is nowadays. Adjustable stroke. So it says adjustable give, hard to soft, can be used for all type of work. Economical shape, anti-rollover, don't care, low vibration. This is all stuff they put on everything.
Well,
DC coreless 8-watt. That's nice. Yeah, okay.
It's a cordless motor. Only problem, like I said, which you find out with cordless motors, eventually they will burn out. That's why I wanted a brushless this time.
Right.
Obviously, the thing. I'm just Byron just bought the Fold Pro. Yeah, well, I bought the Fold Pro. I bought the Fold Pro, Byron, and I had it for about 4 or 5 weeks. Used it 3 times and then sold it. It's like a 2-year-old. It's terrible. It's so soft.
It's like a 2-year-old.
It's so soft that it's in it. It's like a 2-year-old. It's Humble Life Inc. Well, it's a while since we've seen Humble Life in chat, isn't it?
Hey, Joey, if you get it, let me know what you think, man. But I can tell you, not that anything special, but it's not hard to get a full team on your side of good artists. You just got to send them a whole bunch of stuff. And, any good tattoo artist, I'm sure Joey, you included, could absolutely do good work with any machine, technically, right? So it is tricky to know what is good and what isn't these days. And even even trying machines out as often as I feel like I do, I don't really get to try them out. I get to test them for a day, you know, and then spit out my thoughts, because to truly test a machine would require to use it for months on end and see how it does and find all the little quirks and whatnot. But it looks cool. And if you try it out, man, I would be happy to hear how you like it, because I think there's only one other adjustable stroke machine that seems to be any good. And I'm pretty sure that's the Valhalla. I've heard nothing but good things about that one. And I think it was one of the first that did it.
Yeah.
So, but I prefer a direct drive machine. So most of these adjustable stroke machines are swash plate driven, and they just seem to hit a little softer. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you like, you know, but I'm not a big fan of swash plate machines personally.
No.
So I'm biased, I guess I should say.
Same as you, Dave. I'm not a fan of a swash plate because, like we said before, a 4.2 millimeter stroke on a swash plate sometimes doesn't even feel as good as a 3.5 on a direct drive.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's how I, that's just how I like to tattoo. What I like to tattoo, I like to feel like something's just actually, it's in the skin.
Yeah.
And the rest of it. And that's why this time I wanted something with a bigger cam in it, because I've always been using 3.5s. I wanted something with a 4.5, because at the end of the day, it's like I said, I can do more with a 4.5 by slowing it down and lightening my hand up and still getting soft blending and soft shading.
Yeah.
As what I can using a 2.6 or a 3 mil stroke.
Right. No, I definitely understand that. And I'm sure that, no doubt, that particular machine there, that Stigma 2.0 is probably a good machine, you know. But I don't know personally. I'm not a big fan of the swash plate machines. But then again, if everybody used the same machines I like, there'd only be what, 2 machines in the world, and that wouldn't work out very good. So I'm gonna go ahead and find that.
Well, not doing
And
too bad here, Dave, for an impromptu and that. Let's your people jumped on. It's like, wait, you know what I mean?
yeah, that's good. We really just didn't expect anybody to really be here. Maybe me and Andy would talk to each other. But thanks for stopping in, guys.
Valley MFM, Yorkshire in the house. Defo Yorkshire.
What's that?
Valley MFM, Yorkshire in the house. Hello, you sexy people. Yeah, well, you got it. West Yorkshire all the way.
Yeah,
that's it for me.
And I agree with Joe. I agree with you, Joey. He said, to be honest, though, guys, I think it doesn't matter too much about the motors, in my opinion, as mostly it comes down to the artist and their style. That's really the end of the day. Yeah, motors and their style, or the artist and their style, and that's why some machines might work better for some and not for others. But I agree with you, man.
Samantha Jane, I'm usually asleep on Sundays because I'm an old woman. I'm being as old as me. I bet I'm older than you, and I'm up late.
Yeah, Andy's up late. He's up late.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm trying to look for... Here we go. Figured I would share the... at least I'm just trying to find the machine, because people were asking about your machine, but... here's the... Oh, nope. Why is it showing that? Oh, I see. I got to share the different screen. Ah, gosh.
Just drop on Ambition site. It's...
Yeah, I'm trying to... All right, let's go ahead and share screen. Ambition, share. Now, a lot of times I've been running, for people who don't know, I run these critical batteries, right? And I like them. I really, really do. I've had no problem with this one. With this one, on the other hand, the little end's all wiggly and everything, and it won't work properly. So I got this battery as my other battery and another one. But what I hate, me and Andy have had long conversations about this, are the batteries that have the buttons at the top. I didn't mind it at first, but over time, you start to get annoyed by these non-tactile buttons, right? They aren't actual buttons. They're, you got to hold them down. They're digital buttons, whatever you want to call them. And the readouts on the top. It gets kind of annoying. I like them on the side a lot, like the Criticals and many other brands. But Andy told me to check these out, and for the money, I figured it's worth a try. So these are them. They're about the same size as this this battery right here, about the exact same size, and it has a readout and a screen on the side. It has buttons on the sides, which I also like. And I thought it's priced pretty good at $60 for a full size battery there. So I ordered two of them. I'll use them. I'll test them out and see how they work. And if nothing else, keep them, maybe run them. Maybe use these as backups, whatever. You know how it goes. The price is decent, and if they run good, I will absolutely share. I think Andy is running a smaller version of this one right now.
Yeah, is that the 2.4? That one.
Yeah. This is the, I think, 2400 milliamp hour. I could be talking out my behind, so let me check.
Yeah, because if you look at it, because that's the 1950.
Yeah, you can see that's a little bit.
If you just look at the bottom of,
Oh, let me
I don't know whether you can see it on the camera. If you just look at the bottom, under that button there, it's not quite as long.
Right, and they add like these little
on that one. So this is the 1950 battery, and like I say, I had 6 hours work out of it today with 50% left off battery.
Nice. Yeah. Danik, I did not get those 3x3s, and they are sending me more needles. And man, I feel like a turd because I really forgot to ask about those. It's not something I would use, but I need to think outside of myself. That way I can try them out for people who are curious about them. So my apologies, man. Yeah, this is a 2400 milliamp hour. What I thought was kind of cool. They're packaged well, they're sent well, and then the jump start here. You have the ability to turn on the jump start or turn off the jump start, whether you want that punch of joltage right in the beginning when you turn that machine on, especially running low voltages to get the needle moving. So you got that, or if you don't like that, you can turn that off. I thought it was a pretty decent feature there. And I think, just gives you a size comparison. I just know a lot of people have asked for a while about batteries, and I remember batteries used to be cheaper. Like I had a YouTube video back in the day with $30. I got a little sideways angled battery that was good, but now there's way more out there. The prices have gone up, and I think for the features that it offers, this seems like a really good price, $60. I know that this particular one right here, which is quite a bit bigger in length. I know you can't tell, but we did the measurements. It's quite a bit bigger. And this is over $100. And so for one of these to be 60, I ordered two of those for about $120 shipped. So, you get what you pay for. Sometimes you just don't know. Would it last as long? I don't know. But I do know for two of these and a dock was $600. So me and Andy did the math, and we could have about 10 or 11 of these for the same price. So if one shits the bed, you can have 9 others waiting on standby. Not that you need 10 or 11 of them, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, this looks seriously weird with these cameras flipped over, Dave.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I don't know if anybody else noticed.
I'm not used to seeing the other side of your shop.
Here, I'll flip it for you. How's that, bud?
No, put it back here.
That feel more natural now. This is the way. Yeah, I know everything's backwards. So when I'm looking the opposite way, but in the camera it shows. Yeah, I'm gonna flip it back. It's too weird.
That's it.
What I really did is I wish I just moved my doors around and everything. I remodeled the whole place, unbeknownst to you.
Yeah.
But, anyhow, that's what I figured I'd share. I was gonna pull up that machine you got at there, but I couldn't get it to pull up on the website.
Right.
See if I can find it this time. Maybe here. Nope, not there. I don't know why it's not showing the tattoo machines. But hey guys, if you got any questions or you got any topics you want to talk about, throw them in, man. We're just hanging out here. We have no agenda. So if you're tuning in, you're like, what are they doing? Absolutely nothing. We're testing out the quality of this stream, and we're happy with it as of right now. So now we're just BS, and I'm quite happy with it. I hope it's not a fluke.
Just sat here on YouTube because they were not on TV. So instead of there being not on TV, you lot can watch us on TV. It's no, a few tweaks, a few twists on thing. Yeah, I got a question for Andy. What flavour are you puffing? It's actually. Let's see what. Here's the thing. No problem. It's that one.
Oh, okay.
Juice Point, wild berries. There you go.
Nice.
That's it.
We had a slight glitch there for the record, but it seems to
Yeah.
Seems to clear itself up.
It seems to be settled. Tony, now the battery pack's universal. Yes, RCA.
Yeah, anything that takes that RCA connection. If you're running a Cheyenne, they have a proprietary. As last I knew, they have a proprietary connection. I had a Cheyenne machine.
You can answer that one. M661. What's your favorite cartridge brand that you've used?
I've used so many, I feel like now, but see that I think that, like we talked about the other night, I think that cartridge comes down to what you're trying to do. If you want, my favorite cartridge would be the Amela Elliott cartridges, but they are a bit pricey for, if you want to get a box of 15 curve mags. I just use those as a base. You're right around like $35, maybe like $33. And then, but I've recently been using the Mass Pro cartridges. So for a box of like 15 curve mags, I think it's like $17. So, I mean, it's like $10 cheaper. So for the quantity, I like to have the Mass Pros. They're kind of like the ones that I'm going to use all the time because they're more affordable. Sometimes you use 6, 7, 8 needles per tattoo. But then the Amela ones, there's a moments when I like them. I specifically really like their mags and stuff. So best, in my opinion, would be the Mela Elliott cartridges. Best bang for your buck, it would definitely be the Mass Pros. And they used to be the CNC police ones were my go-to mass, kind of good price, decent needle. But I think the Mass Pros of trump them, in my opinion.
Yeah. Just
quick. Yeah, go ahead.
One. Samantha Jane, did you buy Butterluck spray? And then Samantha Jane, yes, I did buy the Butterluck spray. I bought the Butterluck spray extra. And to be honest, my clients are going nuts because in comparison to the Bactine Max, they all say it's crap. Everybody's preferring the Bactine Max. It numbs them up better. It takes the edge off better than the Bactine.
Bactine Max?
Yeah. Bactine Max.
I don't think I've been using Max. I don't know.
You're joking. You get it for next to no over in USA as well, Bactine Max.
Yeah. Oh, it is Bactine Max.
I'm going to say.
Okay. Yeah, Bactine Max.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's brilliant.
I use it quite a bit, man. I use it all the time. I'm constantly re-upping on this stuff.
And like I say, the door, I've tried the Butterlucks and I've even done a test. I started spraying them with Butterlucks and they're like, well, I can still feel it and everything. And then, I've swapped them onto Bactine Max and they're like, no, this is mint. This is really good. I prefer to have it like that. It's another question that somebody's put in, Dave.
Yeah.
What's the difference? Somebody put in, what's the difference between, where's it gone now?
I don't know what they meant. I saw traditional or something like that.
Traditional and old-fashioned, traditional and old-fashioned are basically the same word, just reinvented, because you have a traditional tattoo, which is an old-fashioned tattoo. Then you have neo-traditional, American traditional, and then you're working your way up from there on in. And if you want to sit and ask me what's the difference between traditional, neo-traditional, American traditional, I haven't got a clue. I couldn't sit here and tell you off the top of my head. I honestly couldn't. Right.
And if I did, somebody who really knew what they were talking about in regards to those categories would be fuming because I'm not educated enough to answer that properly. Let's see. Somebody was asking, what's the difference? Okay, you saw that one. Yeah, give the MLs a try. I mean, you might compare. I'd love to hear other people's comparison on the two. Somebody said you get them from Amazon. You can get them from Amazon, or you can go straight to Dragonhawk website. I know Andy knows much more about that because he's been ordering the Mass Pro cartridges for much longer. but I have ordered them on Amazon to test it out. They are there. But you're much better off going straight to Dragonhawk if you're trying to get the Master Pro cartridges. And I
What's
think for
that?
for the money, they're a good cartridge. Definitely.
Jose asking, unknown, do you still get called Hawkeye? Who's Hawkeye?
I don't know. Is he like a character?
I thought it was a Marvel's character, unless he's on about one of us. I'm not right sure.
Right. Hey, that's nice, Danik. I wish that there was somebody around here at a supplier so you can get them that quickly. Definitely nice.
Yeah, no, like I say, but I order them straight from Dragonhawk over in China. But
Right.
I usually order 400 or 500 cartridges at a time, and get them sent in. And my last lot, I put a smaller order in. I think there were only about 240 or 280 cartridges, and
Yeah.
they got them here in 6 days.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
No, they got them here in 6 days.
Yeah. All right. So let's bring up this question. I think it's a good question. I think a lot of people kind of have something like this. They've been this person, Chasen. Okay, we'll call you 13. I've been tattooing fake skin for about 2 months. I'm all right, but not great. I do want to start an Instagram to advertise myself. Do it now or wait till I'm good. Thoughts? I would wait a little bit. If you yourself are already saying, I've been tattooing fake skin for 2 months, I'm all right, but not great. I would wait till you feel like you're good on fake skin, right? You still see your imperfections, but you'd say like, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. You know what? I feel proud to share these, even if they're not perfect. You're not great, but you're good. Because on fake skin, you want to become great on fake skin before you move to human skin. Too many times people really jump the gun when there's no rush. There's nobody telling you that you have to have this done by this time, blah, 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 right? So don't be in a rush if you don't have to be. And you shouldn't have to be. So I would wait. I mean, this is just my opinion. I'm sure others will tell you, no, do it now. So, whatever. But I would wait a little bit. Keep honing those skills till you feel good about what you have to present to the world. And then start presenting that and go from there. What do you think?
Otherwise, if you start presenting yourself too early, you could actually end up doing your reputation a bit more harm. Then it'll take you a lot longer to claw out of that stigma of being, well, is borderline type thing, you know what I mean? Instead of being just a bit further on and putting out some better work.
Yeah, definitely. Because you might want to go back later and be like, I'm gonna delete those. Don't want those there, and you might still do that, even with your stuff being good and not great. Yeah, I mean, unless you want to show people your evolution, progress, and tattooing. Yeah, but I mean, even still, you don't want to scare off potential stuff. I don't know what level of which not good is. We've had plenty of people send in work, and they say that they've been doing it for a while and they feel good about it, and it's like, oh gosh. And then there's been people that like, I'm not the greatest, and you look at it and you're like, no, you're doing all right, So I don't really know. I mean, we'd have to see his work, eh?
Yeah, I mean, also, and we've spoke about this, Dave.
Yeah,
and we spoke off camera. For us and for me and you alike, and a few other people that I spoke to, Instagram doesn't really generate us any work. It's just to showcase your work. It doesn't actually generate people coming and seeing you, coming to your shop, or whatever. Facebook and Facebook page does more, or has done more for my business than Instagram ever has done. Instagram is just like it's just like an online portfolio. That's
exactly what I would call it. And I connect with people on Instagram, like me and you communicate on Instagram. There's a few other people I communicate from time to time. It's like a Facebook for people who don't use Facebook, but Facebook, I don't know. It even though I know some people like Facebook, but yeah, this is a real place that actually brings people, because I feel like the people who follow me there are more local. They're not all of them, but their majority of them are more local to me. And where Instagram, I do get people occasionally from Instagram. to get tattooed, but it's not very common, to be completely honest. Not like I have this huge, massive following or something.
There's one on there,
But
Dave.
definitely not what it used to be. That's for sure.
One on
Yeah, what's
there,
up, man?
slightly geeky zebra. I'm still on fake skin, just started in January, and I was wondering what ink brands do you like, and is there some that's better for fake skin than real skin? I don't think you'd go far wrong with dynamic black, whether you're using it on real skin, fake skin, or whatever. I don't think you'd go far wrong with that.
Right.
Then coloured ink. Now this is a preference, a choice. I think you prefer Eternals, don't you, Dave?
And part of that is just because that's what I've used when I got into color, so I've just kind of stuck with it. But I've been using a bit more intense and actually enjoying those a little bit too. So, yeah, not quite as vast as far as opinion on that one, but I think you would be
I
more
use intense, and then some of the colours in intense I don't like, so I'll use either radiant or solid or some eternal. I've got a mismatch going through a bit just over time that I've been doing it, just what I've found. But I always spoke again that unfortunately I'm also going to have to pull away from eternal intense because they're getting harder and harder to get over here, and there's some new ones coming out which are industry inks and raw inks, which I'm going to give a go.
Nice.
What's that? Tattoo machine, pen style or hybrid or coil? Pen style machines are going to be easiest one for anybody to get along with, I would have thought.
Yeah, I really do like a pen. Definitely prefer the pen style machine. Definitely. Personally, though, I mean, I started with a coil machine, and it didn't take me too terribly long to. I think I bought a super cheap one online just because I was still really learning, and I did a tattoo small. I was doing small stuff, and it was within the first line I realized I had more control. I just liked it. I just realized what I was doing was working better. And so, right, wrong, or indifferent, I immediately was like, well, I'm going down this route. And then wireless batteries came into play and just kept carrying on. Yeah. And then you had to get used to having no foot pedal. That was weird. And then the thought of like, what, my machine will be on all the time. This will be weird. And it got over that real quick too.
Yeah.
So,
No cards, no RCA card. You're going to go like that to tackle somebody, and RCA card runs out of length or whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's like
yes, or he gets caught on something. You're running a line, and it's like, oh, okay, we're coming out of skin here, And I know that's why a lot of people will take long cord and like throw it around their neck so that they know they have extra. But now, and then even then, the batteries used to hang off the side more. So now we have these nice pieces that go right on top. And then obviously everybody was like, that's stupid, Dave. I remember people hated on me for running a battery, and now look at it. Everyone's got a battery. And now they build machines with them built in and all kinds of stuff. So don't be afraid to try something new, guys. Even if somebody says it's stupid, give it a try and then say, yep, it's stupid or not.
Go find out for yourself. That's all I do. Like, I said, I don't buy into I've got to have this, you've got to have that, to be good. It's got to be this brand, it's got to be that brand, you've got to use this, you've got to use that. Bullshit. You know what I mean? It's like, I'll try it. If it works, it works. If it don't, let's see what longevity is. Let's see how it lasts. This, that, and other. Because a lot of these, like we were on about batteries, they start getting these batteries. Since when did a battery need a software update? It doesn't. It's a power supply.
Right.
You've got to be able to turn it on, move voltage on it, turn it off. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they're bringing machines out. I can't remember who it was. They were bringing machines out that you had to do software updates on them, and they were getting bricked. When they were doing update.
Yeah. Definitely.
And sometimes simplicity is the best. You've got less things to go wrong, less things to do. So simplicity is the best. The more, and it's not just with tattooing, it's same with cars, anything. The more
True,
gadgets,
true.
gizmos, bits, bobs, and everything there is on it, the more there is to go wrong.
Yeah, it's true. You know, it really is. The more stuff. That's why we were talking about even the cleaning of these machines. Just a simple direct drive machine again is. I mean, and there's plenty of machines like this way, but I mean, there's part one. You can clean that, or you can get obviously a disposable. And then here's the second part and third part: unscrew, motor. That's it. That's the three parts. The machine, you want to clean it. Andy's is the same way.
Yep.
And there's a lot of machines that way. And to my opinion, simpler the better. And again, that's one opinion. I know that doesn't really mean a whole lot. So understand that. Don't think that's all it is. That's just mean Andy's opinions, right? And this person says, I started with a coil machine and moved to a pen style pretty quickly. Same. And then I think somebody said that word of mouth and networking is one of the best things you can do.
Yes.
And that is the best thing you can do. I really don't care what anybody else has to say. That is the best thing you can do. Aside from building a following in the hundreds of thousands, maybe, right? And we got a couple 100,000 on YouTube. That equates to nobody coming in to get tattooed. Like a few people from YouTube will come get tattooed, right? So even if you had 100,000 on Instagram, maybe a couple 100,000, maybe. So, but that one person you tattooed and tells their 5 friends, that is worth more than anything, in my opinion. That brings me way more work than anything else. Is that doing the best job you can, and having that person go tell their friends that, you know what, this is where I went. They did the best job. That's it. That's it.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
Therapeutic. I get most of my supplies from Ultimate Tattoo Supply. They're pretty quick. Well, I suppose it depends where you are, what side of the pond you're at, and whether you're in America, Canada, Europe, UK, or whatever. It's like me. I mean, I've just swapped to a supplier, and they're fantastic. I was using a big ass supplier in UK, and I just swapped to another one. Tattoo Everything Supplies. The service is second to none. The speed of the delivery is amazing. If there's a problem, your parcel just doesn't turn up with it missing and saying, "Oh, sorry." They'll phone you up. They'll talk to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice having some customer support.
Their prices stacked up against the other 2 leading suppliers in the UK. Their prices are realistic. They're cheaper for the same stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I say, they are where they are. They are Samantha Jane tattoos. They are good. Which one's that? Tattoo Everything, or I don't know which one she's on about.
Is it hard to get stuff in Canada? Smoke's saying it sucks trying to get stuff in Canada.
Right.
I'm not sure. And somebody at Therapeutic, if you advertise too early and you're not ready, you won't get the clientele you really want. I mean, that's true. And you're not going to get the clientele you want in the beginning anyhow. But you're right. You're going to get people that are probably going to push you to do things you probably aren't going to want to do. I don't know. Everybody's journey is a little different. We're just adding our thoughts along the way.
That's right, Dean. Tattoo Everything Supplies as a trade shop you can visit. They have, which is nice. It's only about 50 minutes away from me, and I'll be honest, I keep saying that I'm going to go on one of my days off, which will be lethal. Me with a business bank card and walking around Tattoo Everything Supplies, my business bank account will be drained. But hey, I'll have plenty of stock. But they are good since I swapped over. And I mean, I don't know about you. It were simple things as well, Dave. Like when COVID hit, price of a box of nitrile gloves went through the roof.
Oh my goodness, you aren't kidding, man. I think what the problem is I'm so used to that I feel like I'm getting a good deal now, but I'm still paying.
Whereas
more before compared to
now, with like that Tattoo Supplies, Tattoo Everything, they've brought theirs back down. So just a tiny little bit dearer than what it was
Right.
pre-COVID by about probably $1 a box than what it was pre-COVID. But everything's gone up since then.
Right.
So whereas the other leading suppliers are wanting, so that's how everything might be wanting $7-8 a box. Whereas you go to other leading suppliers, they're wanting $16-17 a box. So like half
Yeah,
price.
which is pretty wild. And but I mean, during COVID, you couldn't even get them. I mean, you was
No.
a hard enough time just getting them. I mean, I usually get Cavicide wipes for cleaning and stuff. I couldn't get those. I ended up getting the spray. Then when it came back available, I bought like a bunch of the wipes again just to be safe. Yeah. But let's see. Amazon sucks for fake skin. Yeah, it absolutely can suck for fake skin. The best thing to do is just make sure you at least, if you go to Amazon to get some, make sure you get a little bit thicker stuff. 3mm, I think. I could be wrong. Is
Yeah.
it 3 or is it 5mm? It's
3
been a
millimeter.
while. Is it 3?
3 mil,
Yeah.
Dave.
Okay, just at least make sure you get a 3mm piece. Okay, I mean it's some real hard stuff nowadays. Yeah.
That's 3mm,
Right.
and that's an Amazon cheap fake skin.
And it'll work for you. It'll work for you to some degree, but it's it's not. If you want to get a good stuff, get a brand called Real Skin, REEL Skin. Pound of Flesh is good too. I think Pound of Flesh is a bit more expensive though. But Real Skin, it's not like Real Skin, but it is the best that I've used.
Yeah,
so
Dave.
definitely do that.
Dave.
Yeah.
You bought any yet?
Oh my goodness, Andy! I would love you.
Have
to
you bought any?
Not yet. I haven't been up to the hardware store yet. I would love for you to do a video, Andy. That's what you should do on your channel. I want to do a video of this operation, or show us right now.
Look, quite simple, Dave. That's
Yeah.
machine. When I've wrapped it and wrapped all the rest of it, all I do to fatten it out is I get up.
Is that what you did there, man?
I just get a piece of that straight round grip, and can you see it's open a little bit? Just squeeze it round like that, tape it, and then wrap your thing round it, and then your machine's that fat then.
And so you're not wasting so much grip tape, or not grip tape.
It's like
skateboard.
It's like that.
Or something.
Honestly,
interesting.
I just didn't know whether you'd managed to order. I didn't know whether you managed to order any yet.
No, remember I was looking at ordering it, but I think the best thing to do is bring a grip in and go down the hardware store and find the right size for it. Try it, cut it. It's gonna be cheaper and easier and softer because I'm using an entire roll of that sports wrap for each machine because I do also. I don't like. I've seen some people that they're grabbing it like a freaking softball tattoo, and I don't do that, but I like a good size grip. It just helps control and all that. We've been over that. Let's see. So guys, I have that machine that Andy is testing out right now. I had that pulled up over here. I figured since no questions coming in, we'll throw that up, Andy. This is the machine that you ordered a while back. It met your requirements, correct, Andy? And you just wanted to test it out. What machine did you have prior to this? The machine, what was it? The Mass Flip?
Mass Fold Pro.
And that was a real letdown.
That was junk.
Yeah.
The other one I've been using is an Arena Air Power, which I've been using for 3 years now, constant, every day for everything. That's a direct drive, dedicated batteries. The machine's a beast. The batteries will do you 10, 12, 14 hours with each battery on that thing. And I use that day in, day out, 3.5mm direct drive. And after 3 years, the motor burnt out on one of them, and I got in touch with them, and I could just buy the motor. I didn't have to buy the complete machine. I could just buy the motor. Bought some more. I bought 2 motors. In fact, I bought one and a spare one. It cost me about $50 for a 2. Put motor in, literally 5 minutes to put motor in. Back up and running. But I just thought I'd try something different. And I could have bought any machine I wanted, literally any machine I wanted. But like I also said to you, is we have a lot of people on here that are learning to tattoo, and they want something without busting bank.
Yes, something decent without breaking the bank.
Yeah,
and this has the freaking different stroke options.
Yeah, so we're like, look, I'll give it a go. It's pennies. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm impressed to the point I said to you tonight, I'm actually thinking about buying another one.
And for the price.
Yeah. And it's like I said, the disposable. I've done 2 tattoos this week already with it.
Yeah.
And this machine, the machine and the 2 batteries have been paid for 5 times over already.
Right. Now, somebody in the chat asked you, Andy, what didn't you like about the mass machine?
Say that again, Dave. Sorry.
Somebody in the chat asked, what didn't you like about the mass
Fold Dean?
I already know, but I figured they might want to know.
Yeah, the Mass Fold Pro. There are a couple of things. One, and we've said about it, it was a swash drive machine. I don't like swash drive machines really. I prefer direct drive, but it was a variable stroke machine up to 4.2 millimeters, and I wanted a harder hitting machine. But unfortunately, when I tried the 4.2 millimeter on a swash drive, it felt more like a 3 millimeter direct drive.
Right.
It felt very, very soft, and it hit very, very soft. It had a tiny, tiny little 1500 milliamp hour battery, which didn't last very long. You couldn't buy the batteries. The dedicated batteries. You just have, if you wanted another battery for it, you'd have to buy a spurious one. So there were just a lot of things with it, and like I said, but basically swash drive, and it wasn't a very strong hit. It wasn't a very strong stroke, very strong hit on it, to be fair.
Yeah. And other people were asking, Andy, what was that you wrapped around that machine there just a few minutes ago? You were showing.
That is foam. Oh God, I've done it again. That is foam pipe insulation. And the size I use is inside diameter for my machines, because I've measured it, is 22 millimeters, which is like just short of an inch. And then the wall on it's like the wall thickness is like half an inch, 13 millimeters. It comes in 1 meter lengths. I cut them down into 2 to 50 mil lengths, like 2 inch, and you get 20. So you get 20 of them out of a roll. And what is it? A couple of dollars for a length.
Yeah, it's not much. It's not much at all. It's cheap.
The thing is, because if you're working for a long time, it's soft. You know, the grip's also soft in your hand, and any vibrations, any little bits of vibrations that you're getting off your machine, it absorbs it.
Yeah,
I've been using it for years. Been using it for God knows how many years now. That day. Honestly.
Okay, so Danik says the pens are becoming so cheap that they will be disposable tattoo pens soon. They already exist, man.
They already virtually
exist. You can buy them in boxes, I think, of like 10 or something like that. Yeah, they're really cheap. I mean, don't get me wrong, but they are literally disposable machines. I suppose they have a place here somewhere.
Yeah, what's that one?
Says, how goes the live stream? It's actually going pretty good. Our output tonight is pretty decent. It's not super glitchy, so whatever modifications we were able to make have been working out pretty good since we got here. They were looking pretty good beforehand, so we decided it's probably just because we're not live that everything is working out well. So we figured we'd try to go live in preparation for another one of these Sundays, so that you guys aren't looking at a potato quality stream. Even though I'm sure come Sunday everything will go to heck, and we'll be back where we started.
Yeah, Jason 13. Yeah, and Cole, you told me about the grip. My critique a few weeks ago. I made my grip bigger, and it did help. Thank you. No, well, nice one. As long as it helps. Like I say, it's sometimes if you just still got that little bit of waviness, it's because your grip's too small and your hands too far around your machine, and that, and you try to hold your machine, and your fingers are too big, and they're all wrapped up. You just get that bit of a waver on your machine. It's, just having that fatter grip helps out.
Yeah. Bradley says you need a blooper reel.
Yeah, what for that that thing flying around all over the place.
And then they say Cheyenne, Bishop, FK, or Spectra. That is all up to you guys, man. It is personal preference. Personal preference.
I can't
Decide what you want to do.
Out of them lot, I can't advise because I don't use them.
Right.
And like I've said, I don't buy into it. I don't use them.
Figure out what you want. Figure out what you want in a machine.
Yeah.
I think would probably be the best. And I understand in the beginning that can be a hard thing. You're like, I don't know what I want. Well, there's different stroke levels. There's a direct drive. There's swash plate driven machines, and maybe mess around on the cheaper end before you dive in and go, I have to have $1,000 machine so that I can tattoo the best, because that ain't gonna do it. It ain't gonna do it.
The thing is, you can pay $1,000 for a machine and not like it.
Yeah.
Not gel with it. It could be best machine in the world, hard punching, this, that, another, but you just may not be able to use it. That's another thing.
Yeah.
It just may not fit for you.
Right. You might say, I hate that machine because it's junk. And the next person goes, I love that machine, but you want it to do something different than that person. And, or you learn how to use that particular machine. And then before long, you're like, oh, I really like this machine. So it is very hard. The best thing to do is just watch, either different reviews or different people you like, see what they use, but again, some people can be in a sponsorship, right? And so they're using it because they have perks for it, it just depends. It all depends. So I like the Bishop Wand series, but I have used the knockoffs. They're pretty good too, man. And then also I've used a 4.5 millimeter stroke direct drive machine. It was pretty good too, because it's really what this is, 4.2 millimeter direct drive machine. And it has a brushless motor,
Yeah.
And in a lot of ways, that's exactly what Andy bought, In fact, he has the ability to change his to a 5 millimeter. Are the motors potentially different? Yeah, they're probably different. They might, do we know of longevity of either one of them? I don't, but people told me about these critical batteries, and they said that, they're the best. And I really do like these critical batteries, right? But what happens when one breaks on you? And I had that happen, so now you're out a lot of money. It's just, you got to weigh these options, what are we really doing here? Do we need certain things? What is it you want to do? Do you want to do black and gray? You might want a shorter stroke machine. You might want a brushed motor, so you get more of a bog in the skin. So go ahead, Andy.
It's like that. Give me a month with that machine.
Yep.
And in that month, I'll have got 40, 50, 60 tattoos under its belt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'll see how it's performing then. You know what I mean? It's
right.
It won't take me long to put some. It won't take me long at all to whack some mileage on that machine.
Right.
And we'll just see what longevity test goes on it. And that, like I said today, battery 6 hours, 50%, not a problem.
Not bad at all, man. Not bad at all. If you're out of battery, use clip cords in a car battery. What?
It's a bit of OTT,
and a car battery. Yeah, that'll do that. That'll do the trick. You're around all the shops that do a lot of Chicano style. Well, you might want what I like for black and gray shading the most is the Bishop Wand shader. And again, it's just a 3.5 millimeter stroke machine direct drive. So you might go out and say, I don't want to spend that much money. So you know what you're looking for. You want to find a 3.5 millimeter direct drive machine with a brushed motor that would give you very similar results, right? So you don't have to spend whatever it is they cost now. You could do that. But I know that I use that for black and gray, and I know a lot of other people that do much better work than I do also prefer that machine. But I can show you like 15 other people that do awesome work that use like a 4.5 millimeter stroke black and gray work. So just trying to continue to explain that it's all up to you and your machine, what you get comfortable with, what you like, and it's hard to want to test out all these different machines and different strokes and all that when they cost $1,000 a piece. So spend $5,000, 5 different machines to find out what you like, can get expensive.
Okay.
Have I tried shading with the Packer, Bradley? I have. I have shaded with the Packer, and you absolutely. There's times when I kind of want to shade with the Packer, but I know that it's a bit more aggressive, and you can be a little bit more direct and whatnot with this machine. Where I like a little bit of forgiveness, believe it or not, especially when working in like faces and stuff. I want to be able to not stretch the skin a little bit and hit this with the machine and have it deposit and take. I have to put a little bit more effort into it. Like I feel like I have a little bit more control. But you can absolutely do the same stuff with the Packer. Of course you can. And I know a lot of people that just use the Packer. They line with it, they pack with it, shade with it, all of it. I just have gotten used to using the shader for shading, and that's just that's just me. But you can absolutely do that. Anyhow,
can we just put something straight in chat? Aren't you later? You are late to party, and it is Sunday. You missed a few days. Have you slept through? It's Sunday.
My gosh. We just finished critiquing everybody's tattoos.
Yeah, you missed all critiques and everything. We're just on to chit chat at end now.
I was wondering why this chat
is on your watch.
You notice the stream's been so much smoother.
Yeah.
Joey exited early, so I mean that cleaned up a bit. So, Smoke's here. So that's slowing us down a little bit. We're trying. What's up, everyone? Been away for a while. Missed the streams. Yeah, today's just an impromptu one, guys. I mean, just hanging out here, making sure that the quality's actually good today. Of course, come Sunday, it'll be garbage, I'm sure. But we did make a few modifications, I guess, maybe just some settings. But what we really did was we tried every other streaming software there was and couldn't figure out how to get it to do what we wanted it to do, side by side, be able to share screens, manipulate stuff. We wanted to do stuff certain like we do here. So we just applied some slight changes back to this and said, all right, let's try it.
Yeah, I've got to uninstall about 95 different programs that we tried, off my computer now. I've got no memory left on computer because you filled it up with all these programs.
Right. We found that on Facebook, me and Andy could live stream us watching YouTube videos. That was something we could do. But we didn't really know how that applied to this. Instagram has pretty good live stream stuff.
Yeah.
WhatsApp, not so much. That wasn't so good.
No. That's what was that other one that we tried? Zoom. You needed a degree to work that thing.
Yeah. It was pretty cool, some stuff, but then we had to figure out how to get it to OBS and stream it from there. It was just a headache. And then I remember why I use what I use, but I just wish that this app would stream well. So we made some modifications to this app, and seems to be streaming pretty good right now, Andy. I mean, we're not perfect, but it's definitely so much better than it was. So I'm hoping on Sunday we can get lucky and maintain a decent quality.
Damn it, you as well. No, later. Totally in love with it. It's a beast. Batteries last well. It's running really well. I'm currently using 4.5mm cam in it. It's like an animal. And I'm sure at some point I may even get around to doing something on my own channel, but it's just easy to come and sit on your channel, Dave.
Hey man, there's not a whole lot going on around here these days. I got a couple some machines, some needles I need to make some videos on coming up soon. But I just enjoy chatting with people. I enjoy talking to Andy and hanging out in the chat, and I just don't have as much time as I used to. And I know we've talked about that, which I'm not complaining about, but you got to balance life. You got to. If YouTube was my job, if that was my full-time job, that would be different. But it's not. It's I had a lot more time before, but now tattooing's kind of taken the front, and YouTube is just a passion. It's just something I love, and but I don't have as much time to do it. So this makes it fun, so I can still stay in contact with people.
It's
kids are young and whatnot too, so
it's easier to do a live.
Yeah,
than
There's no
messed
editing.
around with. And to be honest, if I tell you the truth, Dave, I've learned that already by sort of like trying to get some videos and edit them all together. And it's like, look, it's so much easier to do a live. And like the other week when you was off for Super Bowl, weren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
We didn't do a live, and a fair few people let me. Oh, can we do a live on your channel? And I was gonna do, but then it was like, you see, you've already got a decent subscriber base. Mine's non-existent. So you're gonna get people in, and I could have done one, but
hey, look, out of 210,000 people are subscribed, we got 32 people here. So YouTube's not what it used to be either. Then, I mean, who's gonna tune in to look at our mugs? You know what I mean, Andy?
well, there's 32 of them.
If you put some makeup on, we might actually be able to maintain a viewership here, Andy.
Yeah, but if you would have come on as your avatar that you did one on one of your other ones, you just popped up on screen as a dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know how that.
Talking to me.
Now people are. We were really testing stuff out, guys. We were making avatars and stuff, and then that fell through. I think that was actually Zoom. That's crazy what you can do in Zoom.
Alt backgrounds and everything.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Looking at those gorgeous choppers. Are you excited to move to Texas coming up? I am excited, man. I really am. I mean, the closer those kind of things get, big things in life like that, the more nervous, the more real they become, the more you're like, a bit sad, to leave some family members. And I have a fantastic church out here with some really great people that I will miss tremendously. So the closer things get like that, the more you realize that you're going to be saying goodbye to people. But I am really excited for what's to come. And I don't even really know what that is. It's kind of, I have faith and I know that's going to work out. There's some opportunities out there already. So, I mean, that's all I need, right? I just need a chance. Am I going to be able to have my own shop there immediately? No, I talk about this a lot, but I'll work somewhere. I'll rent a booth. We'll have a good time. I'll get to meet more of you guys. More people are in Texas than they are here where I'm at, so that'll be fantastic. I'll enjoy that. Again, word of mouth, contacts, that sort of thing. That's what makes it grow. And truthfully, I'll absolutely be relying on people who, want to support me and kind of get tattooed by me. I mean, because I'll be getting there and I'll have to start all over from scratch, which client base has taken me years to build. But so I will absolutely be relying on people watching, my subscribe, all of that to potentially help me out when I get there. Come support me, come see me, get a tattoo by me. That would be the best beyond anything else. So anyhow, I am excited.
Yeah. Janky's asking you a question. Do you still have white tea grey wash, Dave?
Absolutely. In fact, my mixture is still actually I've added another cap too. I know it sounds crazy. So I do 100% black, and then I have another cap that I fill about 60% up, and then I have another cap. My third cap I put 20 drops of black in, then the next cap 10, then the next cap 5, then the next cap 2, and then when I put drops of white in there, I put 8 drops in the 2 cap. Put 9 drops in the next one, 10 drops in the next one, 11, and then 12 to 13 in the next, and then black's 100%. And then I add water and I use my little zing mixture thing and zing it right on up. And that's how I do it. And apparently that's very controversial according to the video I made a while back. Everyone's telling me how that's impossible and all this. And I just go, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I do it all the time. And, it's not going to heal. Well, they heal just fine. I don't know. I love how people, they know there's only one way to do it, and that's their way to do it. All right.
And I've stopped using grey wash altogether.
Yeah, you're on True Grays, correct?
True Grays. Yeah, I just use True Grays. I've stopped I've stopped using them. The grey washes altogether.
Yeah.
And that just won't for me. I just fell out of love with them. So I just stick to what I prefer to use now.
Yeah. And they said they moved across country 18, just turned 25. Don't regret it one bit. Hey, look, I don't blame you. I don't blame you either. I've been all over this country, lived in many states, been in plenty of foreign countries everywhere, right? but I only built a tattoo clientele in one place in my life, and that's here. So moving places don't really scare me. Saying goodbye to people is tough no matter where you are, but I've always moved for work, like literally I have a job and then that job sends me here to do a job. I've never like moved to a place without having a solid foundation in that place to come. So that would probably be if there's a fear there, it would be that. But I'm not really afraid. I'm confident. I'm
Yeah,
looking
you'll be
forward.
fine. You'll be fine, Dave. It's
I'm
like I said,
optimistic.
I mean, worst part about it is just like rebuilding your client base.
That's it, man.
That's would be the
it.
worst part. The actual moving, living, and everything is just work side of it, just rebuilding your client base. But I don't think you're gonna have a problem. Honestly,
Yeah.
don't.
I think it'll be okay anyhow. I look forward to the process, and you don't know unless you try. Is what it
Well,
is. But the good news is, guys, is we'll get a change here, so there'll be like a different background. I probably won't be.
you'd
I
be
probably
like
won't
me.
have my whole computer set up in the shop that I'm renting a booth from. So you'll be looking at my home office in the future. I'll have a room where there'll be my computers, and I don't know, we'll have a backdrop or something. I don't know what'll be back there, so that'll be different in the future.
Yeah,
As far
you'd be
as
like me, Dave.
yeah,
I'm sat at corner of my conservatory. You know what I mean? I've got a thing because it's dumb. It's always dumb o'clock when we do. Well, it is at this end. It's always dumb o'clock when we do a stream.
yeah,
But although saying that, if we'd have started the stream earlier on when we were pissing about with all them different programs,
oh
it'd have been lunchtime for you, wouldn't it?
yeah, yeah, it worked out. It worked out. It worked out. Let's see. What part of Texas? San Antonio. I know I just typed that. We'll be in the San Antonio area. There's so many people in Texas. You'll be surprised how easy it'll be to rebuild clientele. That's what I'm kind of hoping on and banking on is just that, But yeah, we'll be in the San Antonio area, New Braunfels, Cibolo area, for at least for the first couple years or so. I'm used to having a lot of living on some land, and out there, I won't really have that. So we'll see. Might after a couple years, we might look to move out a little ways, commute a little bit, but hey, all is good. Is dynamic color ink pretty good? I've never used dynamic color ink. I've only used their black, which is what I use all the time.
Same. I've never used it, but I've used the black and I use their white, and I've got no qualms with it. Dean Gascoigne, Andy, what true grey brand do you use? Dean, I mix it all myself, and it's basically I use dynamic black, dynamic white. I use a size, I think it's a size 15 cap. My first cap, all black. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more caps out. Fill them just to below full with white, and then I'll have a 20 drop of black, 11 drop of black, 5 drop of black, and 2 drop of black. Mix them all up, job done. That's it.
Nice.
You up, Dev?
No, I was gonna say in honor of you, I used True Gray the other day. I was doing this GTO emblem on a guy's chest. I used some True Grays on that. It was nice, but I don't use them all the time. But I do like to use them occasionally.
Yeah, because just suits me because I like to work. I've always preferred to work in colour, and with it being full pigment, mixing True Greys up and it being full pigment, I do like to work in it. And to be honest, I get. Not that I'm on the same level by any means, but I do get where if you watch that Mr. Reyes, where he comes in with his True Greys and he puts them in slowly, and they pack so much pigment in that they do cover a lot of stuff. Even lighter colours cover a lot of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And then if you add that with the ability to not necessarily just cover stuff, but also disguise stuff, using texture, that's a big one too. Use those lighter tones on top of applying texture too, or different
Mm,
ways, different. You just really want to distract the eye in a cover up. That allows you to not necessarily feel the need to
yeah.
cover up every single part of it, and to use those older gray that because that was black 10 years ago, now is a shade of gray. To use that shade in the tattoo, you know what I mean? So if you can use that portion that might just be black, but now is like a dark gray, you don't need to necessarily blast over that black. That could be like mixed in with a medium gray kind of a thing as well to help in a cover up. It's just tough when you see people just smack pure black over top of everything that needs covered up. If you can get away with it, absolutely do it. If you can get away with it, because it will obviously cover it up. And then the big thing, the tricky part with clients is when they have a tattoo, and then they send you a picture of some like stipple shaded flowers and leaves, and they want that to cover up this, and and then you have to try to explain to them like, look, you can't cover up, this dark black or this old tattoo with this see through stipple shaded piece, and more education for the clients will go a long way as well. So sometimes I hope clients are out there figuring out what's true and what's not true so they don't get duped either, because they can both be duped and just be ignorant and not know what they're doing, and lead to letting somebody do something on them that they shouldn't because they don't realize that it's not possible or shouldn't be done. Let's see. R2 later. I have issues with naming it as people keep saying different things. So is opaque one called black and gray, or gray wash is black and I see you're really lost on that one. No problem. From my understanding, people will say black and gray when they're usually referring to washes. In fact, they're probably referring to black with water, distilled water in it. And
That's the
then
easiest way to
yeah,
separate it.
that's
Yeah.
that's it. And then you have opaques, which we also call true gray sometimes. Um, but opaque and true gray, from my understanding, and correct me if you think I'm wrong, they're the same. True gray and opaque, exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
And then I believe what I run is actually kind of like a whitewash, like a gray wash, whitewash. I don't know. I've heard this whitewash thrown around.
Yeah,
I don't know.
whitewash.
Yeah. So
Empire Inks do one. It's white, like a whitewash, black and grey mix. And pretty much yourself, if it's a wash, it's got water in it,
yeah,
basically. True greys, opaques are generally full pigment, no water in them.
yeah, yeah. And then obviously, like I said, I run like that black and gray style, but I add white to them. I think some people call that a whitewash because they're like gray but washed down, I guess. It's funny how we can be doing a specific thing, using a specific thing, and still not even know sometimes what the name of that thing is or should be. What's up, Andy?
Tibbert's World. No, you're all right, mate. It is Wednesday. I was just yanking your chain when I says, how's your Sunday going?
There you go, Jose. Write your work in here. Danny said he'll go take a look at it and help you out. Yeah, because you have
By the
problems
way,
with.
if you've ever seen Dannick's work, he'll help anybody out. You know what I mean? He's only been tattooing 3 days, but he'll have a look at your work and help you out.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Yeah. Danik, what are? Let me see. I gotta make sure. Am I following Danik? I'm trying to catch up and make sure I'm following the people that I consider my friends. All right, Danik, what are you on? Even though we talk on. There we go. We talk. I feel like a turd. I talked to Danik. All right, good. I am following you, Danik. All right, just want to make sure about. Like that new tattoo you got out there in Mexico. You just. Yeah, looking good, man. I don't know why your work doesn't pop up on my feed on the regular, but I never see it. Yeah, looking good, man. Right on. Oh, I do remember the lightning bolts coming down the arm. Okay, I remember those now. All right. Yep, the palm tree on the ankle's looking good there, Danik. Nice stuff, bud. I'll give that a little fancy like. Sweet. All right.
So, what? You're right. Is it Sunday, lol? Because both of you are alive. No, we were bored.
Yeah, we was monkeying around trying to figure out how do we make sure our live stream doesn't look as horrible as last Sunday. And actually, we were just jumping on the BS about machine or something for a few minutes. Then that turned into 3 hours of trying to fix our live stream, and then that turned into, well, this looks pretty good. Let's test this out.
Yeah.
And then we said, all right, we'll just go live for like 30 minutes. Just say hi to everybody, make sure it works, and we'll get off. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. So crazy how time flies. But we're just hanging out.
It's like an hour and 20 minutes, but it's gone just like that.
Just like that. It's a nice break from. I know people like the critiquing tattoos, and I enjoy it too. But it is nice to just talk to the chat, and just hang out. Like there's 30 of us that come and go, but there's about 30 that are always hanging out here. So to you 30, I thank you for hanging out. You guys are.
Yeah, it was what were mad. Well, what were mad was when you actually went live, there were only 3. It says there were 3 people.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, you know what I mean, everybody come out at woodwork, and it's like, oh shit, Dave's live. You know what I mean? That's it. Put everything down, stop what we're doing, jump on YouTube. Do you use OBS? No, you don't use OBS to go live.
No, I used to. When I first started to go live, it was just me. I used OBS, and it's pretty good. It's really cool. You can do tons of stuff in OBS. But when you start to bring in another person, and you have to pull in audio, and you want to be consistent all the time, and you want to, be able to do things quickly, it takes a bit of know-how that I just don't possess. Yeah. And sometimes it'll drop audio, sometimes it'll move screens, and so I just went on the search for something that would do the job, and I use a Melon app to it's just a paid service to host it or whatever it is it does, and but everything's harder than it looks, man. So it's all pain in the butt.
Yeah, so you don't use OBS. Only thing you have when we go live is BS, not OBS.
The BS is always open and on full display.
Yeah.
Full display. Thank God nobody comes here expecting anything other than some BSing, that's for sure. If you did, I mean, maybe that's why we got the same 30 people, because they're like, oh yeah, let's go. Look what kind of BS is going on over here. A whole bunch of nothingness, making fun of Danik and stuff, and giving Smoke a hard time. But hey, what are you gonna do? Probably gonna be jumping off here shortly, guys. But if you got any last minute questions or anything,
surprised we've not had a little message inside column here that smoker BRB. I'm just nipping out for a smoke. Usually see that on a Sunday night, innit? Is it a BRB? I'll be 10 minutes. I'm nipping out for a smoke.
Oh, that's smoke. Especially right before we go live, right when we start. You got Smoke. Well, okay. Hey, he's in the chat. Hey, what's going on, man? All right, be right back. Thank you, Dave, but I think not full saturated and often not proper smooth shading. All right, don't know what that's about. But well, nothing too
ask these 100 questions so they can't leave right now. Smoke could stop on all night. He'd stay on all night himself just to keep it, wouldn't
he? He would. I know he would.
But like I say, I'm being bad. Like just a little impromptu, because we'd spent half a night on computer chatting to each other anyway. So we're like, oh, I want to go live. Yep, jump on, off we go.
Yeah. So I was reading reading a consent form produced by AI. Okay. Sorry, I saw some comments I was reading them, getting lost in them. Oh, thank you, Smoke. Appreciate you, man. We enjoy being here, hanging out. But yeah, I gotta get caught up on next week's tattoos already.
Jose.
Start designing.
Jose, sweet man. It's part of 50 Club. Bonus, pal. You're part of the 50 Club. You've just become a new best mate. Started tattooing 6 years ago. Top man. Absolute top man.
Right
And
on.
I'm feeling you. I am feeling you. It's
And you'll be 50
years
next
old.
year, won't you?
Yeah, 51.
With you.
I'm 51. I'm a dyslexic. No, if I'm a dyslexic, I'm definitely not 15, and I don't look 15. So must be 51.
Oh, dude. Oh, Smoke just turned 52 yesterday.
Oh, that's even better. There's somebody even older than me.
Yeah, no one. Yeah. He's over here.
That's it. There's somebody on here older than me. 52.
Heck yeah.
47, 51.
51.
Come on, that's it now, guys. Don't be hiding your age. Let's see your ages. Let's get them slammed in them comments.
Might be like 85. Like, damn. All right. Kudos, man. Kudos.
I feel a child compared to y'all.
44. Man, I feel like a
Tibbetts
child.
48. Janky 44. 25 on tip. You're a baby.
Danny, just 40, my God. I'm kidding.
25, just a young whippersnapper.
25, right on, man. You got
24. They're getting younger.
All right. Okay. Look, this is where we've gotten to. Everybody, let us know how old
getting any younger, Dave. We'll have to start singing lullabies to them so they can go to bed.
37. Are you later? Right.
28 going on 98. Yeah.
I just turned 35, Andy. These guys are old, man. I don't know if I can be hanging out here.
Got 35. Come and join. That's it. You're officially, but you sat here officially with Old Farts Club. You know what I mean?
I suppose, man. 28 going on 98 there, Bradley, huh? My gosh, that's not, I wouldn't want going on 98. 40, yeah. 34, right on. 43.
34. Look at that, Eric Jones, 34. God, man. That was a lifetime ago. 34.
34. Wow. Yeah, that was a few days ago. Jeez. My goodness.
Tell you. I'll swap you.
Smoke's wife's 43. Right on.
I'll swap you there. There's one thing. I'll tell you what, even when you're in your 50s, up here in your head, you still think you're 20 odd years old.
I believe that. I 100% believe that because 40's coming up soon. I know everybody in the chat's like, who cares? Well, everybody apparently is 40 in the chat, but I'm thinking like, man, I still feel like a kid deep down. At what point do you ever grow up? I don't think you do. I think your brain's just always, you become wiser because you make enough mistakes, you learn from them. But deep down, you still just kind of feel like a kid, right? So,
what's that?
What's up?
Joshua Eddings. I didn't even realize it'd be like this. Like what?
Right.
Like what?
Yeah, I know, right? What is
I mean that we're just two blokes sat here chatting bullshit with having a laugh with everybody in comments.
I thought you guys would be talking about something productive. Yeah, well, you thought wrong. It's Wednesday. We're not supposed to be live. We're testing stuff out and really going down rabbit holes here. My back is 87 though. Yeah, I can relate to that. Especially when you're tattooing a back. Oh gosh. 2 questions. Do you like the brand Inkclaw for needles? Of all the brands I haven't tried, that is one of them. I have not tried Inkclaw for needles. I guess we'll add that to the list I'll eventually get to and then probably love them and tell you all about them, but I don't know. And have you ever used Mom's ink? No, never used Mom's ink. Never. Not that I can't say that they're bad or anything. I like Dynamic and Starbright White. Definitely Starbright White all day long.
Josh, now the stream is cool. Just didn't realize the age group. Well, you don't, because they're just names in the chat, really.
I know, that's me too. I'm sitting here thinking like, oh dang, oh my gosh.
There's one of the youngest here.
There's like me and like 4 other people here that are under 40. I better start showing some respect to these people, man. Stop shit talking them all the time. My God. I'll stick to the usual.
What's that? Tibbetts World. Have you got your pen in yet? Don't tell me I'm going to go through it again. Are you talking about the manual machine?
We're out of here.
What's that? Is Raven Queen? I was confused. Yeah, it's Sunday. I don't know how you got to be confused about. It's actually Sunday. You've missed a few days, that's all. We just not back
sleeping
in
so
the
much.
stream now, like we usually do. We've been through critiques, and we just not back in the stream. You must have fallen asleep for a few days, and that woke up a bit late, ready for a stream.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But
Let's see. Smoke says I use Mom's in my own skin, and it was good. I don't know why that. If read that way, it just sounds. I use Mom in my own skin. It was good. Interesting. I'm glad. Without context, there, it definitely sounds funny. Smoke. I missed my hump day on Sunday. I think I've mentioned that. Okay. Okay.
he's too old to be humping anyway.
What's
You're
the
too old
cutoff,
to be
Andy?
humping. You're too old to be humping anyway, Smoke. Best thing for you is somebody to throw a bucket of cold water over you.
Yeah, right.
Either that, I'll leave that. Either that, I'll stop taking them little blue tablets.
Your wife says, "Here, you need time to take your caffeine pill." Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Caffeine
Sat
seems
there,
to be correlated with other things. Yeah, yes, definitely.
sat there crushing up
caffeine.
tablets up in his drink. You know what I mean?
Oh, what is this? Why isn't it showing up? Oh, here we go. Tibberts, he said he's referring to the machine he ordered that you were talking about. He said his won't be in until 15 to 30 days. I wish I looked at Amazon before ordering it. Yeah, I just ordered 2 batteries from Ambition as well. Same thing, 15 to 30 days. I was on the live here with Andy when I ordered them. Well, not the live, but one of our chats. And I asked him, and he said, yeah, it said the same for him, but it ended up coming in, I think, 15 days you said about on the shorter end of the. Yeah, I'm not in any rush on my stuff, so I'm not really worried about it.
Yeah, fully tracked all the way in.
Here we go. We got somebody who's 28. My gosh. Hey, just know, apparently 28's
another whippersnapper.
Pretty young in this chat, so yeah, there's like somebody
3 people under 30.
3 people under 30. Yeah, you didn't know that. Before you thought you were talking to a bunch of your peers, didn't you? Yeah, so did I. And then come to find out, I'm like, my goodness. I'm going to come to my chat for any life advice because everybody knows lived a little bit longer and can let me know what's going on.
Yeah, well, they start getting any younger, we'll have to do a crash course in diaper changing duties. You know how to change a diaper properly.
Change our own diapers, huh? Well, yeah, we could because that would help both the young and the old ones. Because Andy, I mean, yeah, your time is running close, bud. You're going to have to try to figure out,
It's what do you mean? It's running close, Dave. I'm 51. You know what I mean? Only problem is when you get to 51, you have to change your own diaper.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Nobody wants to change it for you at 51. At least when you're a kid, people change it for you. You know what I mean? But when you're 51 and you take a shit and it's all the way up your own back, you've got to clean it yourself.
Yeah, at that point, you just need to just roll across the blanket and then just toss the blanket.
Yeah, but
and then
the thing is, as you get older, you can't quite get your arm behind your back properly. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know, Andy, but I guess things to look forward to, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Give me some wisdom. I can't draw, but I can tattoo. And for those reasons, I can't get an apprenticeship. Explain that. That's how it goes,
that
bud.
Sucks. That's how it goes.
I mean, there's a skill in tattooing. You learn to tattoo. But that's why I tell people, if you don't know how to draw and you want to get into tattooing, well, it's first off probably not a good idea, period. If I can't shoot a basketball or if I can't run, I might not want to play soccer. But maybe I can kick a ball into the goal, but I just can't run. So you might want to get good at running, So you can tattoo, but you can't draw. So while you're learning how to tattoo, the skill, lining and shading and learn all these techniques, on the side, you want to be watching YouTube channels talking about drawing and shading and lighting and how light hits surfaces and different things like that and whatnot and do it all together. So as this happens over time, they come together, So anyhow, dang, Brad says your days sound numbered, Andy.
Yeah.
Well, you guys will slowly watch them decay on the live stream.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're definitely numbered, aren't they? I'm already, what is it? I'm 1 out attacking. And I shit myself, and I'm wearing diapers, so it's like, and I've got a stiff neck and a bad back, so yeah, it's just chuck me in a big wooden box now. You know what I mean?
Oh,
hey,
No, here's the thing, bud. All right, so you're saying everyone uses Procreate most of the time. Is that considered drawing? Yeah. Okay. So how do I explain this? You can absolutely use Procreate after you know how to draw. I mean, you can use it when you don't, but here, if you can't duplicate what you're looking at, that's what I'm saying. So I think people throw around the word drawing a lot, and it represents a lot more than just drawing. There are those out there that say, you have to draw everything, draw, 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 draw. I mean, from look at it, draw, whatever. Okay, but here's the thing: can you take a picture of a rose? Let's do this. It's the most simple thing. Let's take a black and gray realistic rose. It doesn't have to be realistic, but in this scenario, we'll call it realistic flower. Can you look at that reference? Take a stencil of it, line it out like you would, just like you're going to tattoo it, and then print it out or do it lightly on paper, whatever, right? Give yourself a stencil like you would on skin. Now take your pencils or your charcoal or whatever your medium is and shade that thing out. Line where it needs to be lined and shade it out. That's what I mean by drawing. Can you make that? Can you duplicate what you're looking at on a iPad, a computer, a printed out picture? Can you duplicate that onto paper and make it look good or as close as possible? If you can't do that, then you're not going to be able to do that to skin. And obviously that's where you're having your problem. So once you know how to do that and you have confidence, then yeah, all you have to do is duplicate what you create. So you can take a reference of a flower, a reference of this, a reference of that, and put it all together and design this tattoo. You don't have to sit there and draw it out. Now what I do is I'll do that, and then I'll go back through with another layer and add depth to it and change some stuff up and add some lighting to it or whatever. Then I'll stencil that and we'll tattoo that. So you have to be able to duplicate what you can do on paper or what you can do digitally onto the skin. So anyhow, I hope that makes some kind of sense. And I think you said I just can't draw like some Japanese dragon with cherry blossoms eating a midget. You know what I mean? Well, of course. Now you have to figure out how to take images that you have and duplicate them and change them. And that's a whole part of the process. That's a learned thing. I don't really know what you're trying to get at here, bud. Then you need to go find a Japanese dragon. And if he's not in the exact position you need him in, then you need to warp him and move him or take his head, put it here, and then fill in the rest of the neck or body or whatever. That's the creative hard part of the job. Tattooing, in my opinion, is only 50% of the job. Yeah, and in some cases, it's the easiest 50%.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely need to learn colour theory. Yeah, if you're working in colour, you need to work some colour theory. But like I've said to a lot of people on here, colour theory can be learnt with practice. But best advice I can give you, jump onto Amazon, go buy yourself a colour wheel, few dollars, does it for you to start with. And you can keep it in studio, you can keep it aside of you. And eventually you will learn it by just continual use of using a colour wheel.
Yeah.
And that.
But anyhow, that's kind of the part of the hard part, man. It is literally the hardest part. Well, that's good, left lane trucker. I mean, if that's what you like to do, then stick to that. Personally, black and gray, you like bold lines, bright colors, then do that and just learn that. But you're gonna have
one of the easiest ways to learn to draw. And I don't know if I've got one here. There. If you're wanting to learn to draw anything, is if he gets prints an image out, and instead of printing it out, if he's ever used that system, grid system.
The grid system, yep.
If he uses the grid system and then transfers it onto paper, and then you can count your grid system across, you know what I mean? And so on and so forth. And they start plotting out and start shading off reference. So it's just, another way to learn to draw is just by, even if it's a rose, is just to use a grid reference. And you can do it that way. It's easy. It's just following, isn't it? I don't know if you've ever used it yourself.
Oh, absolutely. I did. Growing up, that's how I drew everything, was the grid system, because I always had, I wanted to convert it.
Scale up. You can scale up and scale down. You can scale up and scale down using that system. Dead easy.
Yeah, and that's I would always use the grid system to make things
Yeah,
larger. Um, and it worked. It worked. And nowadays I don't really use the grid system so much. I'll make a design on the Procreate, and then I will stencil it, and I'll turn my stencil down really, really light to where it's almost non-visible, and I'll print it, and then I will shade it,
yeah,
and because that's applies closer to what we do in tattooing is that we have a
yeah,
stencil, we follow our stencil, and we execute it. So it helps me learn. It helped me. I don't do it anymore, but it helped me learn how to read a stencil and to shade a stencil. I say shade a stencil because sometimes you're lining and shading, but ultimately you're making shape. So how don't know who you sent your art to, M, but I got nothing. LOL. Okay. Sorry, just got them. Dana got it. I don't know what's going on, but apparently Dana got it. Yeah, we're gonna be jumping off here shortly. Good Lord, it's almost been 2 hours, and we were only supposed to be here for 30 minutes. But we did learn how old everybody was, which was a real
yeah.
shame.
And that I now wear diapers and I shit all the way up my back. But they are. That's just one of them things, isn't it? So you do learn some stuff while you're just on an impromptu. And Dave's got grey hair poking out from under his hat. Now we've got an high definition camera on him.
It's the same camera. It just happens to be working. I guess the settings aren't on potato settings.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely a much better quality stream this evening, and we made some slight modifications, Andy, and I'm not really sure.
It just seems to be a bit more stable.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get that lucky come Sunday. Maybe on Sunday.
If it goes,
more people are on the internet in the world sucking up my.
It could be, but if it go, we've also no, because you're uploading tonight as well. Because I'm going to say like a dick. It's as if a stream goes down and things. It might be because you've started streaming up to YouTube, but we are on YouTube.
Right, that's why we tested it out. That's why we were like, well,
this is what happens. This is what happens when you get into your 50s. You even forget where you are.
Yeah, even though you're at home.
Yeah, I'm at home
on a live
I'm
stream,
talking here, and we're actually streaming, talking to people via YouTube.
Right. Oh, I don't know, Joey. Joey says, "Can we see you without that hat?" You can, but you won't. Okay, here's the deal. You come. When I get to Texas, anybody that comes to see me gets a tattoo. You can see what's underneath this hat. All right.
Or if you wait till Sunday, and we'll show you a picture of Dave without his hat.
Oh, dang it. Oh, no. You've captured one, Andy.
Only. Well, I'm going to say if we got 50 likes tonight, but that'd be there's only 28 watching now. If that button hit 50 likes tonight, then we'd see a picture of Dave without his hat.
There you go. I think that's how we're going to start getting people on Sunday, because we're not going to hit 50 while we're here. I mean, we better not, because I haven't prepared my hair to be seen by humans. But on Sunday, I guess I better half-ass prep it in case we hit 100 on Sunday. I'm raising it to 100 on Sunday, Andy.
100 likes on Sunday.
100 likes on Sunday while we're there. We got to have them while we're there.
The hat is coming off. It will get tipped.
Right. But if I message you and I say hats off to you, if I've messaged some people like, oh man, hats off to you, good job. I'll literally take my hat off at home for a second and put it back on. I'll truly take it off for you, but no one's there to see it, so that doesn't count. Tattoo a pic of Dave without a hat. Screenshot it, huh? As soon as Now there was a time when I was shaved my head, bicked it, military time, and had a big freaking face. So I literally at one point looked like a corpse because I'm super pale. And I was taking a photo for my LinkedIn account when I was getting out of the Marine Corps, trying to figure out what the heck I was going to do. And me and the wife had a good laugh for good half an hour and realized that, wow, I looked like literally a dead human, like a dead person alive. It was creepy. So that's when I got out, I said, well, that's not happening again. I'm going to grow a beard. And the rest is history. Okay. Well, guys.
Well, I could be really nasty here, Dave.
What's that?
I could be really nasty here with a
Oh
thing.
no, Andy. Oh no.
No.
Oh, you found it on my Facebook page, huh?
Yeah, you sat. There's a few of them, and one of them you sat holding. It looks like either an M4A or something like that. You know what I mean? It's
Oh, I might have had hair in that one. That was in Iraq, I think.
you had a little bit,
A little bit of hair.
short beard, and not a lot of hair.
Whoa, it must not be in Iraq then. I'd be getting in trouble if I had a beard in that photo.
No, that one won't.
Oh, okay.
Wow, there's some of the you're young on some of these, Dave.
I used to be about, I don't know, 30 pounds lighter too. So,
yeah, no, you've got to get the 100. So the guys, you've got to get the 100. I'm not going to be that cruel.
Oh, good. Yeah, and so yeah, like tonight, obviously we're getting off here. We did gain 2, but 50 is not in the cards for us. But yeah, I will. Maybe I'll slowly start dropping photos of myself in the past, just because, I guess. And in exchange, we'll hold them ransom for likes. That's pretty pathetic. So that sounds like something we would do. So yeah. What is that? Is that the picture of Dave in the shower with the boys, Andy?
Oh, he's seen it as well. Danik's seen that picture.
That was beautiful, and
That's,
as well.
You've seen the same picture then, Danik, can you? Where they're messing about, they're all in shower and they're messing around with shaving foam on each other. You know what I mean?
The typical Facebook posts,
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, they're all in shower and they're soaping each other up with shaving foam.
Shaving foam. Of all things, yes, it was shaving foam. We were like, no, give me the shaving foam. Razors were everywhere. It was a real hot mess.
He's showing off his 5mm stroke. Yeah, well, he put that down so that they were only allowed cold showers, Danik. That's why it was only a 5mm stroke.
Oh man, that was well played.
At some point, we will get banned by YouTube. You don't understand this.
But we're talking in code, man. They're gonna be like, "What's a 5mm stroke? Some sort of sickness, bunch of pervs." Yeah. But well, I think this is a good place.
Yeah.
To say good night, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us on this.
Yeah. Good night.
Your live stream, and I was happy with the results. And I think watching the output to YouTube is much better than we've had lately. So that's a real win.
Yes. And to be honest, I appreciate everybody for turning up, and there were way more people turned up than what we expected. To say that it were literally 10 minutes and go. Wasn't it, Dave?
Yeah. It was good that anybody really showed up. So appreciate y'all for being here.
Yeah. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, especially for not being a Sunday.
Yeah.
And by the way, guys, if anybody's out there and you come across a very obscure tattoo or one that's just hilarious or bad or whatever, send it my way via DM or something. I don't catch everything, but maybe I'll catch it because I'm always looking for thumbnail photos. Don't send me your work. Don't send me your botch stuff unless you're fine with it being on a thumbnail and it getting completely roasted, not in a nice way. I'm looking for stuff that, people probably shouldn't have posted. You've seen the thumbnail photos. We're looking for thumbnail photos. So if you have any of those or you see anything like that, send it my way. And I'll put it into the possible bin pile of tattoos that might become thumbnail photos. Yeah. What is that? You guys ever watch Fluffy World's Worst Tattoo Vids? I have not.
No.
I have not. Yeah. I don't know. Never heard of them. But anyhow, that's about it. Andy, any last words before we head out?
No, like I said, just appreciate everybody turning up. Like I said, it worked out all right. Nice little impromptu.
Yeah.
Had a good laugh.
Yes.
Hope we didn't offend anybody this week.
Don't lie, you don't care, Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, we should see. Hopefully, we'll see everybody on Sunday. Round about, I think it's about 5:30 your time, isn't it?
Right now?
No. On Sunday we'll go live.
Yeah.
Your time.
Let me check my calendar just to make sure there's nothing crazy. Everyone, Hold on one second. Yeah, this Sunday should be fine. My wife's got to go to my sister-in-law's baby shower. I'll be here home with the kids, so I should be fine. I should be able to be over here at that time. So yeah, around 5:30, I think.
Yeah, around about between
5:30 p.m.
5:30 and
Eastern
6
Standard
o'clock.
Time.
Between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. Is it Eastern Standard Time, you?
It is, yeah, Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, so that'll put me at about 10:30, 11 o'clock GMT, UK time.
Yeah, no big deal.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but hit the subscribe, hit the notification, and make sure the bell's checked to all notifications. Right. That way, then you ain't gonna miss out.
Yeah, because as you guys know, it's first come, first serve. We're gonna get to people first, and we're only gonna do it for 2 hours, and then we're gonna stop that, and then we're gonna BS for probably another 30 minutes. So, time goes fast, as you already know if you've been here. Time goes fast. At least on our end, maybe watching it might be a different story. I don't know. I don't go back and rewatch these. As me and Andy know, we don't want to see ourselves again. We don't want to hear ourselves again, because if I do, it's like, Dave, shut up. Why are you talking? You don't know or whatever. So I don't go back and watch that stuff.
It's like listening to yourself. It's like, do I really sound like that? I sound like a complete and utter goon. It's like I just don't. But like we said, me and you said, we say it all the time. Us sat here 2 hours now. It's just sailed by. Don't even feel like it. What it's like for them on the other end, I don't know. But they've managed to stay here, so it can't be too painful.
Right. Well, we have our 30. There's that. There's that. It used to be. I don't know if it was on Instagram or one of those sounds where it was like, "Hey guys, to all the 7 people who liked my post, I'm going to the gas station. Anybody need anything?" That's how I feel like to the 30 people who are here all the time. You guys rock. Thank you. Appreciate it. Glad we get it.
Start calling them the Dirty 30.
There you go. Anybody beyond 30, those are just guests,
Yeah.
But the rest, they live here. But all right, guys. Till next time. Till Sunday. Peace out.
Peace.